Welcome to the Changeover podcast. My name is Justin Roberts. I'm one half of this podcast, and I am currently in Serbia, Kuršumlija or Kuršumlijska Banja Futures. And the other half of the podcast is over at the Rennes Challenger in France. Jody, how we living?
We're living, brother. Just got to travel all day. We're good.
Yeah, I've heard you've had a wonderful day. Somehow, I'm the best dressed person here. I have actual shorts on. Jody's apparently doing this in his underwear and a hoodie, so he's faking the funk. And our guest today, I was gonna give him shit, but full transparency, we did this yesterday, and the internet was horrible where Jody was. So we recorded for like an hour and a half, and we got 20 minutes in because we kept having to start and stop. And this guy has been gracious enough to join us for 2 days in a row. He has not been gracious enough to put on an actual T-shirt. He has his shoulders out. I don't know why.
That's madness. That's madness on the main stage.
In case you have any women viewership, I'm locked in.
yeah. They already clicked off. Roy Stepanov, my brother. Thank you for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I know I'm the fifth choice, but I'm reliable for you guys. I'm here. Whatever you do.
Yeah. Last night it was like a 2 hour maybe notice of if Roy can join us, and he came on last night, and he came on again tonight. So shout out to Roy for that.
Yeah. We had like 3 guests canceled, so we just said, you know what, who would be a good time, and we thought of Roy. I'm like I said, I'm in Serbia, and I was here last year, and the first time I was here, or the first time I actually saw a black person in Serbia was at a gas station when I first arrived. We were driving across the country, and we stopped at a gas station, and I saw a basketball team get out of a bus, right? And I saw a couple of black people on the bus. Then I fast forward, I arrived to the first city, Pirot, and people looking at me like I'm an alien. Like every time I walk past somebody, they keep staring at me as I pass them. People are eating their meals. They stop eating. It's like they're like, and then they watch me walk past. So I dealt with this. At first it was funny, but then after a while I was like, okay, like I've been here now for a while. Like you've seen me. Like let's get back to normal programming. But then one day I'm having lunch outside, and a little boy couldn't have been more than 8. I'm expecting the same old. A kid's gonna walk by, stare at me, and go about the rest of his day.
He leveled up.
Kid.
Brother. He stepped his game up.
yo, this kid, right? This kid is walking full speed, stops, turns to his right, looks at me, smiles and points and goes, "Kevin Punter." I said to myself, there's no way he just looked at me and called me a basketball player who plays over here in Europe. I'm sure that didn't happen. I looked, I went straight to Google. Can you see? Tell me when you can see. This is Kevin Punter, my brother. Do I look like Kevin Punter to you?
I see it. I see it.
I guess we all looking like Roy is tight. First 5 minutes of the podcast talking about racism. I love it. But so that is part of my Serbian experience. But other than that, people have been nice. Food is cheap. You have to pay for practice courts on days you're not playing.
No way.
No, you don't. We didn't have to.
I went to sign to go play yesterday, and she said it's gonna cost you €10 to use the court today because you don't play until Sunday.
It's the same for the white people?
Oh, he's comfortable. he is locked in. Brother. I shared the code with an Italian man, and we paid €5 each, brother. So,
but why
these are the conditions. These are the conditions here.
Wait, is it because you're not staying there or what?
If you play the next day, you get free practice. But if there's no match the next day and you're not in the tournament right now, you have to pay for courts. I don't know why. Because when I first was there,
even if you're staying there,
I'm not 100% sure about that. I haven't seen any. I haven't seen anybody in the hotel struggling.
Okay, it's just for the people who are outside. It's just for the outsiders.
Yeah. And how would she have known that I was an outsider? She said it right away. It had to do with my skin color too. She assumed I couldn't afford to stay in the hotel or what.
They just know. They haven't seen your face before. She just knows, you know?
Yeah.
Fresh meat. She can smell it. She can smell the €10 hitting her bank account already.
Bro, when I was here last year, the courts were always full. And now the courts are always empty. Like people are barely training. Like you were grinding for courts last time, and now it's like people don't wanna spend that cash, bro. So I guess is the system working for them? I don't know. Are people finding other courts elsewhere? Are they visualizing? I'm not quite sure. But
That's so annoying. I've never actually been to anywhere that does that, but that's such an annoying concept, especially when they're running back-to-back weeks, like, and you stay there for a few weeks. Let's say you lose midweek and you have to pay, like, I don't know, just makes
tennis
Like,
tournament,
why do
bro.
they make it difficult to just?
like you're doing them a favor.
You're coming there to
crazy.
do your job. Your job is to play tennis, and now you have to pay. So you have to pay to go there. You have to pay to stay, and then now you have to pay to also practice. Crazy.
And
crazy.
And then also you have to pay. There's an entry fee. You have to pay to play also. Like it's just, I don't know.
And then you ask me why I'm in a bad mood, bro. It's crazy. No, but I had to get here from Romania. I had a 4:30 a.m. flight, so I left my hotel in Romania at 2 a.m. and then I land in Serbia at 5, right? And then my bus from Belgrade to Kuršumlija is at 8 a.m. So I have like to go from the airport to the bus station, then get on the bus, pray I'm on the right bus because no one's speaking to me in English. I'm just hoping. We go, we get to some, yeah. We get to some city.
And calling you Kevin all day.
I'm just asking the guy, right bus. He said, yeah, you're good. So we get to some city. I'm on Google Maps, and I'm like, this is not Kuršumlija, but we're stopped. And he's telling everybody get off the bus. I show my ticket again. He said, this bus. I'm looking at the bus, and there's like a paper in the dash, right? And it says every city except Kuršumlija, which is where I'm going. So I'm like, there's no way that's the right bus. So now I'm just sitting there tight for like half an hour, and then 5 minutes before the bus supposed to leave, they changed the page or whatever, that the paper there, and then my bus is there. So okay, fine, another 2 hours, and then yeah, bro, I just think the lack of sleep and then just like no court time, like I'm just kind of around. I think that bothers me because I like to always.
Respect to you, bro. That's like me and Roy. Remember last year when we went to Romania, how hard it was to get to that tournament that we decided that we never gonna play again.
Do you remember the story with the Uber driver? So we order an Uber. It's like 4 hours away. We tried to rent a car, but none of us had like the international license, so you can't rent it. So we have to.
I tried that
Uber.
shit last week too, but they pissed me off.
Clem too. Clem like had to. We were fighting in Monaco airport for 3 hours with the rental.
Bro.
Like Clem was like, I'm gonna have to call the police. Told the guy, the booking.com told me on the phone that we have to call the police. I said, you did not just tell the man you're gonna call the police on him.
Because bro, I pay $75.
No, it didn't work.
I look on Expedia and the price is unbelievable. I see $75 for 10 days. I said, fuck it, I'll do that. It's cheaper than bus and then Bolt here, Bolt there. So it's like, fuck it, I'll do it. I show up to the place. Man talking to me about you don't have international license, so you have to pay 650 euros in insurance and a $300 deposit. Bro.
Right, go ahead. Tell the Romanian story.
Sorry.
Yeah, so we try to rent a car, can't do it, so we order like a Bolt or I don't even remember what app they use in Romania.
Yes, Bolt.
But yeah, we order one, takes like 30 minutes for someone to actually pick it up. It's like 3.5 hour drive. Finally, someone picks it up. It's his first ride. We get in and he tells us like in the most broken, I don't even know what language, he tells us it's his first ride. 3.5 hours. So the guy's like super tight, like he doesn't know. I mean, yeah, like new job. And he asks us, somehow we understand that he asks us if it's okay if he stops by his house to get some food. And like he stops by his house, the wife comes out, she brings him like a lunch bag and clothes. And the guy tells us, yeah, I'm just going to sleep in a hotel, like over there.
Because it's like a 3-hour drive. So he doesn't want to drive 3 hours and then 3 hours back. But then also like when he ran inside to like change and get clothes or something, and she came out offering us coffee and stuff. And we're like in the middle of the ride, Justin, like in the middle of the trip. Like we drove like 15 minutes and then we stopped at his house. So now the car's not moving and he's inside of his house and we're just sitting there saying, no, thank you. We don't need any coffee. Like we just like to get to our destination.
100% the guy slept in the car. Guaranteed he slept in the car.
For sure.
Yeah, hotel.
Depending on the hotel.
The point that I was making, circling back, is about this European travel thing. I say it all the time. That day, to get there, I took 3 flights and then landed at that airport and took a 3-hour drive. Roy and I lost first round.
Brother.
I'm not about to, bro. I'm not about it.
I don't know if it's just my mood. Forgive my pissy mood today, but I think Europe in general is overrated. Like
No. Don't go too crazy.
I think it's overrated.
Food great.
I'm not saying that Europe is a
Food
bad
great.
place to be. I'm not saying that I hate Europe. I'm saying that Europe is overrated. When I flew
actually
back,
feel the same.
when I travel for 6 weeks and I'm in Europe, and then I get through customs in the US, and I'm feeling the AC, and I see like a Chick-fil-A in the peripheral. I see a Chipotle. I see like the highways outside. I'm like, wow,
No.
God bless America. That's what I feel
Eagle-
every time I come
Eagles
back from
flying in the
anywhere in the
sky.
world. I say, wow,
No,
this is amazing.
No, bro. America is nice, right? But like, I don't think. I think traveling in Europe is overrated. But Europe itself, like, bro, the food is great. Like, so much different
Bro,
food and like real
You
food.
had dog shit Wi-Fi last night. We talked for 3 hours
We didn't-
yesterday.
No,
and
no.
we had to restart this whole thing because of European Wi-Fi, the way it's set up.
No. It's not because of European Wi-Fi. It's because Clement Chidekh does not pay for Wi-Fi, bro. I was using his hotspot because he doesn't have Wi-Fi in his house.
You're gonna
That's
put a
not my
GoFundMe
fault
right here.
or Europe's fault.
You told
bro.
me that people in that city don't pay for Wi-Fi. It's not uncommon.
Yeah,
That's what you told me.
Yeah, because apparently their phone service is so cheap. So we pay way more money to use our cell phones and data than they use in France. But like, that's just his choice. He can get Wi-Fi if he wants to. He just doesn't want Wi-Fi. But I just think, like, coming to these cities, actually, like, I think it's sick, bro. Like, Rennes, when I came here today, it was like, and Marseille, cities,
The beauty,
unreal,
the architecture,
food.
the history, amazing. I'm just talking about quality of
You
life.
just said
bro.
amazing.
Like,
you can't say
No.
amazing and then
See,
overrated.
The problem
at
with
the
you is
same
you never
time.
listen. You never listen. I said what I said. I said the architecture, the history, you can even throw food in there. Great.
Definitely.
Fantastic. But like the convenience of just the way things are set up in the US, like
I think weather too. Weather too, I would say. Like
Weather is trash in Europe, bro. It's only good
No,
3
like-
months in the year.
Yeah,
What are
I
you
guess
talking about?
I'm here at a good time.
You're
But I
here in
guess
the
what I
summer.
find, can I just get my point out, bro?
Sorry.
I guess what I was saying is like in the evenings, it's kind of cool to see like people outside eating and like. I feel like in the US, people not as social. I guess it's because of
Also the cities we live in.
like the public transportation system is different in Europe. So you see like all of the restaurants outside, people sitting outside having a drink, having food, like snacks and shit. Like I think that's so cool. Like and it's not like
way
unbearable.
of life is cool.
If you go
but
out
the quality
in Florida, if you go outside
convenience.
at 7 p.m., if you go outside at 7 p.m., you're sweating bullets, bro. You're sweating. You're asking for the towel at dinner. Like in Europe, it's not like that. At least,
Bro, in
what?
Europe, you wanna.
Have you been to Italy in the summer?
Bro, he just talks. Bro.
I have
That's
not.
the problem. He just talks, bro. He just,
I've
he
not
just
been to
talks.
Italy.
There's
in the
some
summer,
places
no.
in Europe scorching, man. Kidding me?
At night?
Bro, Spain, bro. I played a future in Huelva. I'm gonna complain the whole podcast, by the way. So, lock in. Spain, bro. We played a tournament in Huelva, beautiful beach town. You talk about like people loving life all night. People are on the street talking, drinking, eating. Wonderful. The order of play comes out, right? I've been there for 2 days now. We've been training. I'm with my boy Barroso Campos. Shout out to Alberto. Great. Order of play comes out. First round of matches, 9 a.m. Second round of matches followed by. Third round of matches, not before 6 p.m. They take a 4-hour break in the middle of the day because of heat or some other reason, right?
You don't like that?
I hate that. I played third on. I had to wait all day to play first round qualies match. I think that's the worst thing in the world.
I played Pozoblanco Challenger this year, and we played every match exactly like this, like either not before 6 or followed by. Dude, I thought it was awesome.
But isn't
Yeah,
it
it's
cool that
terrible.
people get to come and watch, no?
Yeah.
No,
people
because
come out.
you try to get lunch at a decent time, and restaurants are closed. Just not open. They're just not
Yeah,
open.
Yeah.
They don't explain to you why. They just not open,
Yeah.
and they don't give a
There's no
shit.
signs.
They don't care, bro. Same
You're
thing
just
in
hungry.
Martos. Same thing. You walk outside, you're like, I'm hungry. Let me see if I can get some lunch. No, we open again at 5 or at 4, whatever time they want to open. Bro, day is long as fuck. You wake up at a normal time in the day. You wake up at 7 still because match start at 9, and then you end the day at 1 a.m. because they want to eat dinner at 12:30. Bro, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Just
Like,
take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, and let's talk about tennis.
I told you.
Alright.
I told you before the pod. Justin came out violent. Like you just.
Yeah, violent
yeah,
today,
yeah.
bro. Wow.
So-
I thought I had a long day. This man's been popping off. What's going on?
So you know you're wrong, right? You've been sitting there for 10 minutes watching this video, haven't liked it, haven't subscribed to the channel, no comments. Show the boys some love, myself being stingy. Bro, so Ethan Quinn sent me a question that has to do with this exact rant that I'm on. Do you think that do you prefer morning, afternoon, or evening practice? And what's the go-to for optimal performance? And what's most realistic to do in order to prepare for tournaments?
Wait, hold on. That's a separate question. So I think morning is probably better, in my opinion. Like I prefer not having to play super late, but to me it's not that big of a deal. Like if I have to play a match at late on, I don't mind that either. Like, but I would prefer to be done with the day earlier.
We're talking about matches.
Or practice?
Practice. Yeah.
Yeah, practice
Practice
earlier
day.
then.
Ideal practice day.
Yeah, earlier then. Earlier.
Give me a time. Like what time in the morning?
9?
9 a.m. Roy?
Yeah, I was gonna say
9,
the same. I
yeah.
think like morning. Yeah, I don't want to keep it going like the whole day. You know, wait till practice at 4. Yeah, 9. Good.
Yeah, bro.
Thing
This
is also in
yeah.
South Florida when it's so humid and hot, like if it goes any like from 9:30, 10 on, it's fucking ridiculous, bro. Like you struggle to get through the practice sessions.
Yeah, I'm wake up in the morning early and just get everything done. I wanted my day to be done with training at like 1, 2 p.m. and then I can eat a big lunch and take a nap and then you could just chill the rest of the day. What I don't enjoy is like a day like today I had, for example, like I woke up because I wake up early. I'm up at 7:30, and then I don't have practice until 3 p.m. So for me, it's like, what can I do? Like, I don't want to like. So like I start doing podcast work, and then I do that, and then I feel sluggish at 9:30, 10. So I go eat breakfast and take a nap again.
You do podcast work at 7 a.m.?
What else am I gonna do, bro? What do you want me to do?
Damn.
I'm awake. Like, what am I gonna do? Just sit there and watch Netflix all morning?
Yeah, I feel like it's, I don't know, for me, I think like you wake up, you have like a set amount of like mental energy, let's say. And if your like priority thing, which is the practice, is late in the day, like by the time you get to it, you're like not as sharp, you know? Like
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
prefer to do my first priority first. And then
Yeah,
I love that.
things trickle down, you know?
But this is the thing. When the order of play comes out and you're fourth on, you need to understand also how to prepare for that situation. So I think in a, let's say, ideal world, I would love to train from whatever, 9 to 12, 1, 2, including fitness, all that stuff, if I want. But when you go to tournaments and they put you on not before 5 p.m. or whatever, you need to also have, I guess, routines or an understanding of how you prepare that day so that you can perform at a high level at that hour. But that for me is more of a struggle, I think. Being able to be sharp at 5 p.m. That versus like 8, 9, 10 a.m. I much prefer being like that first match on or that first practice session of the day, personally.
I haven't, like, because I play doubles, so I have a lot of matches that are late on. But the only time of recent that I struggled was we had to play 2 matches in a day, and there was like a break in between, but not long enough to where we would go back to the hotel, so we stayed at the courts. This was in Cary, and we stayed at the courts, but the indoor facility is not AC, so it's like just a little bit uncomfortable all day, and there's no like couches, so we're laying on a yoga mat on the floor with a foam roller behind my neck, like taking a nap, you know? And then there was a heat rule, so the girls got delayed, and then we had to go on after them. So it was just like a really long day, and then I struggled. But like if I know that I play late on, it's not that hard for me to like, I mean, I just have some coffee in the afternoon or something, and it's fine.
I don't drink coffee. Maybe I need coffee in my life. I don't know.
I think one thing, I don't know if it's completely related or not, but I feel like one thing people don't really think about, like what's hard about playing, like, you know, like touring around playing tennis, is like, yeah, the travel, maybe all those things. But for me, I don't know how it is for you guys, but like not having a routine, like that you're constantly, sometimes you're doing this at that time, you know, something else at another time, and just you don't have any routine. I feel like it's like, that's exhausting, because when you live at home, you wake up, you go to the gym, you have the same things over and over, and it's like way easier to Yeah, like just to build the things you're doing. When you don't have a routine, I feel like you're always like just going off tangent.
How tough is it to get a routine, right, when it's 9:21 p.m. and there's no order of play? How you feel about that one? How you?
I was going to say that I learned actually from Justin like a lot when we used to travel together. Like I would say maybe right before COVID and right after COVID, around that time. Like I found that he was very like flexible with his routine and like being able to get things done when it's not convenient. Like for example, like he'll finish a session, and let's say we're on the court still and we're talking, and you know you're done a session. The thought is to cool down or stretch or something, and Justin would just like stretch in the middle of the conversation with us there. Just little things like that. He would like build those like up, where it's like not the most convenient time to or place to like foam roll or do prehab or cool down or like just or fitness, like little things like that where I would be like, bro, we're talking here, like maybe I'll go back and do it later and then maybe I miss the session, or you know, little things like that. And you have to be like very flexible to be able, like Clem does it too. Clem like he will, well, yeah, he did it a lot. So when I travel,
the problem with like I'll do it later is that you never know what variables come up, and then that feeling of like I need to do it goes away. Like once you like get back to the hotel and you shower and you already ate, and I don't know, you miss and press play on that YouTube video or that Netflix video. And
bro, it's so
like
easy for me to go.
You in bed.
I need to prioritize getting 8 hours. I need to get 8 hours of sleep.
That's like the I'll do it later is the most sneaky thing for like messing up good habits, I think. Like sometimes when it's like if I can do it now and there's nothing getting in the way of that, or it's not like hurting any situation, I think just do it. Like just if you can and it's time to do it, I think just knock it out, because then you can relax later. That's my whole thing in life. Like if it's something I can do and it's possible to do it right now, I just do it. But yeah, sick. Thanks for that question, Ethan. Shout out to Ethan Quinn. In some a guy we also know. This is, I don't know if this is negative or what, but Victor Lilov has shocked the world by going to school as a, how old is he, 21? I think he's 21. If that's wrong, then it's wrong. But I think Victor Lilov he's signed to Ohio State at 21 years old after he's been on tour since he was like 17, 18. So for me, this one is a head scratcher. This one is a head scratcher for me because I made the same joke as yesterday. Back in my day, you were allowed 6 months or like a year of like unattached to, I guess, eligibility, like competition in the pro tour or whatever before you decide. And then once you go past that 6 months, I guess you're ineligible, and then you have to like get reinstated. But I've never heard of like, besides the Israelis who have the army or whatever countries have the army, people being out for multiple years out of the eligibility system and then being allowed to just come in and compete in college tennis. What are your guys' thoughts on this Ohio State news?
How like what are the rules around it? Like there's no more rules, or like they're just able to find the solutions?
I think there's no more rules in college tennis.
I just think people just be bending rules all over the place, bro, to be honest. I have two thoughts. Like my first thought is like, if you were in Lilov's position, what would you do?
Take the money all day. What are you talking about?
For him, it's unreal. Yeah,
it's not his fault.
Yeah, it's not his fault. And then number two is, should that be allowed? Like, at what point is that ridiculous? And are we only making this a big deal because he is very good at tennis compared to the incoming freshmen and like the majority of like college tennis players? You know?
Yeah, this situation is very unique. Yeah, go ahead.
Because like, if you're coming in at 21, 22, you're way more developed than like people coming at 18, you know, like that's where the big advantage is. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a bit weird, but for him, if in his situation, I mean, unreal. So
another one like him would be the Gabriel Debru situation. The guy's been top 230 in the world, winning challenges. For sure had contracts. Like I've seen him sign with Adidas, like for sure making money for like the last couple of years out of the junior tour. I think he won the French Open Juniors, like big deal in France. And then he's gonna go sign to go play for a bunch of money at Illinois to be with his brother for 6 months. So like, if I'm him too, like sick, like I get to play important matches for the team, and then I can still play my pro schedule and get paid a bunch of money per match. Like, that's a great setup, but it's blurring the lines now of like, are you going to school or not? And then are we going to school for school, or are we just going to get paid to play for a year, like the one and dones in the NBA? And then for me,
I just think about
these are weird.
I just think about it more from the perspective of the other teams who can't afford to just buy players. Like, they can't afford to just throw money. I mean, yeah, it has been happening, but with NIL now, it's going to happen way more. And like, the other schools who can't. Yeah, exactly. It's just going to be, I think the gap is just going to become wider, and the teams are going to be unbelievable. Like, because top 6 players are going to be unbelievable, the top teams. Because
I heard or I read somewhere they had this court case where now the schools themselves can actually pay the athletes. So outside of this NIL stuff, there's actually, the school can spend money on players. So that for the D1 top programs with a bunch of money, that makes it way easier to get top talent, because you can pay, I don't know how many players they can pay, but they can definitely pay the athletes to join the school. So you're going to see guys, like some of the names that I've heard of coaches trying to get guys eligible for an extra year of college tennis is crazy. Like guys who are like 24, 25 years old, like left college, already graduated, like playing on the tour, like playing challengers, and like some of the big names are like trying to get these guys one more season of eligibility.
I said this how ridiculous it is. I said this story last night. When I was in Morelos earlier this year, I saw a tweet go out and it was saying like Govind Nanda is going back to school for another year, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what the hell is this? Govind's still going to school again. And then I saw him like an hour later, and I said like, bro, what's this? Like, you going back to school again? He's like, no, like that was April Fool's joke. Like, I just saw that this morning too. Yeah. But it's like, it's crazy that it's so believable that he can be going back to school. You know, like I believed it when I saw it.
I mean, the first time he went back was crazy too.
Yeah.
The first time he went back, because he was out there for a while. It wasn't like he was just out for 6 months and then went back to school. It was like he played for a good bit, and then he went back, I guess with the knee injury or whatever. But
I mean, I guess hopefully with time they regulate that stuff and like just because I think it's good. Like money in college tennis is great. Like money for tennis players overall is great. You know, it's more money than we've been getting in the past in the sport. But I just hope that it gets a little bit regulated so that there's not too wide of a gap to where like you either play for one of the top 15 teams, and if you don't, it's like a completely different level of tennis. Like the next whatever ranked, what is it, like 75 total ranked teams or something, or 125? Yes, I can't remember.
Normally 75 teams and then like 125 players.
Yeah, so
man, I would love to like somehow tie in the story of Roy stringing in college, but I don't know how to do it naturally, so I'm just doing it very awkwardly like this, like now. Like, so like you played D2, and what was your experience? Like nobody was getting paid really, right?
What are you getting paid, bro? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, I don't know. I had fun. Yeah, I thought it was a good experience. Yeah, it was not like the highest level of college tennis for sure, but yeah, I had fun. And yeah, you asked me last night about the stringing. So I'm assuming
because Jody's team had to string their own rackets. So I was curious about how your setup was.
Dude, I had a better setup because like our team, we had obviously all the guys get their rackets strung, but there was 2 stringers for the team. But the stringers are players. So since I got there, I somehow finessed my way into the stringing squad, and it was sick. $10 a racket. You're just like restringing them. I was collecting.
But how many were you stringing a week?
I was big man on campus at that time.
How many were you stringing per week?
Sorry, go on.
How much?
How many were you stringing per week? Like how many rackets a week?
So there was like, I don't know how it works now, but for international students, there was like a max amount of hours that you can do per month. I think was like maybe 60 or something. Did you guys work on campus jobs at all? Is this totally foreign to you? Yeah. Some people have to work, but.
Well, I couldn't get hired, bro, because when I was trying to get hired, they knew that like I didn't have a visa. And they weren't. It was like a huge risk for them to apply for a work visa out of school, so they just didn't let.
No, I'm talking about in school while you were in
student
school.
visa. You can do
it.
I know.
I know.
Like
yeah, correct. But they wouldn't hire me because I was an international student. Because as soon as I graduate, they would either have to It's like basically who they invest in. They're gonna invest in someone who's gonna keep working, or they're gonna invest in.
What do you mean
Someone who's
invest?
gonna leave.
You're working like in the library,
You can
like
work
monitoring the
at
printer.
or like at the
Oh,
cafeteria or some shit.
Oh no, I was trying to find a job in my degree, like, cause we
No,
had
no.
to have work hours for our degree.
How is it?
You meant like student, like you work on campus.
Okay, no, I didn't
Yeah.
know.
I was just trying to afford hydration on the weekend whenever needed. Things like that.
Ah, the team bonding.
But yeah, so I was the stringer, and there was like a specific max. I always put the max. I don't know if I always strung the max, but hopefully no one sees this. Hope you guys don't have
Bro. What are they gonna do? Come back for their $400?
Where-
Like it's okay.
Where was the stringer? Where was
Yeah,
the machine?
I don't have it.
Where was
What?
the machine, Roy?
It was in the locker room. Like we had like a little, I don't know, like a little thing.
We didn't have a locker
little-
room.
little room. Really?
Bro, it's
Correct.
crazy.
Yeah.
The,
like,
the,
you
the
want-
stringing
you want
machine
struggle.
was in my dorm room, bro. It was on my desk, on my study in here, stringing machine here.
Bro,
You were
like,
you were the stringer, or you guys just strung for yourself?
Everyone was the stringer, so my room became a public room.
Yeah, bro, that's normal. To me, that's normal. I love Justin's
Yeah.
laughing. I was talking to one guy, my friend, who he played at SMU for a year, and
that's
he was
money.
talking like he just got in there, so he was talking about the budget, dude, and he starts like naming like ballpark budget, bro. I don't think like then I asked my coach. I don't want to say the numbers, but like I asked my
Tell me
coach
the
like
numbers.
just out of curiosity, what was our budget, dude? Like fraction of a fraction of a fraction, and then like I'm just hearing these numbers,
Dinner.
bro. Yeah,
dinner
What?
time. How much did you spend?
Are you kidding? I would say no more than like $15. Like,
Yeah,
Like,
we
we're
went
tight.
20,
Yeah.
20,
We're
20,
tight
20,
over
25. 20 to 25.
yeah,
No,
we're
no.
tight.
25,
No, no.
man.
Crazy.
Whoa, you were going Brazilian steakhouse or what?
You can
Sometimes.
get when you go to Chipotle, you can't get chips as well. No chance.
No, like 15.
Nah,
is
nah,
solid.
like-
You get-
If we go to
50,
Chipotle, we
you
were
get
getting
all the
like
mac-
double.
No
We were
guac.
getting like double meat, guac. Like,
Stay away from
we were
guac.
we were,
Water
we
cup.
were sharing beds, bro.
Yeah, us too. Sharing bed. 100%. 100%. Sharing bed.
Sharing
Easy.
beds every time.
Easy
Yeah.
too. Easy.
yo,
I
really
actually think
bonded.
like I know it sounds like to anyone that played like better conditions, it sounds
I
fucked.
had a better
Dude.
better experience. Like it was close to
No,
my
I
family.
didn't say I had a better experience. I didn't say that. No, but I actually had so much fun. Like I don't know,
Yeah,
I didn't
imagine.
feel like it didn't bother me.
Sharing beds with men, having fun. Great.
No, it's like tomorrow we leave on the bus at like 8 a.m. to go on a trip. So you just know that people are in my room stringing until like 2 a.m. Like it's just whenever one person's done, the next person's coming in stringing, boom, boom,
That's
boom.
funny.
And eventually they moved the stringing machine back to the coach's office, and now we had to go and string in our coach's office, like in his office next to like the volleyball and the baseball and like all the other coaches' offices in that building, and we're stringing out of his office. Like that's how it was.
It's funny how this stuff is all relative. Because I went to USF and like our courts are like in a little jungle. Like you've been there, Jody. It's like
Yeah.
it's courts that is not typical college setup, and then our locker rooms are in the athletics building, which is like a 5-10 minute walk from there. But we had all the perks, like we got our rackets strung for free, we were getting free rackets, we get rackets customized, all these things, and then we had like
Bro, we got
decent
one
budget
pair of shoes.
we
One
had good budget-
shoes.
we got a lot of shoes, whatever
One.
we needed. Whenever we went through shoes, we get new shoes. Budget for dinner was, like I said, like $20-25. So like we had a good setup, but other schools would come to our place and be like, "This is a shithole. Like, what are you guys
That's
doing?
crazy. That's
Like
madness.
when's the new facility coming? You know what I mean? Like it's like today it's just level. So like I laugh at y'all, but there are people who will laugh at my situation too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
I played D2, and then my COVID year I did an NIA. So I was like level divisions. I was just downgrading.
You went
and then I-
went backwards.
yeah, and then I went pro. But dude, the less budget we had, like I was downgrading. I swear I had more fun. Like I think
Facts.
it's also better. It's also better for you. I honestly believe it. Like you come out of school and I wasn't bothered by like grinding. You know, it was like fine.
USF first year team. We're still all close. Like I'm going to Everett's wedding in a week and a half's time. We way less budget than I would have had, let's say, at Arizona State, but team way closer. We had way more fun. I don't know. I guess there's something can be to that where like there's some sort of.
I don't know if that's fully the reason why, because like I can tell you, A&M's team was a joke. They were top 10, and that might be the fucking craziest team that I've heard.
No,
Like,
I'm not saying it's like a direct correlation, but I'm saying like, nah, it's not. I mean, yeah, it's a big deal. Obviously, it makes a difference in your experience, but like, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was
when you fight
something
together,
that broke my
it makes you
know?
closer.
Like, yeah, like I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. So shout out to them boys with the string during college, bro. That's a different lifestyle, bro. I admire your work ethic, man. That's beautiful.
I didn't know about racket customizing, like lead tape and shit. Like, bro, no, bro. No.
Yeah, bro.
No.
Yeah, bro. That's a real.
You ever get the T-shirts and then the coach at the end of the year says, "Give me back the T-shirts, bro"?
No,
Wow,
I've also seen.
No.
I've seen guys like switch rackets like multiple times in one school year and get like 6 rackets each time. I've seen that too.
We did not get one racket,
like,
not one.
Like brand new rackets.
We didn't even get bags. No bags. We would get strings. We would get like either. I think at one point it was Selinko. One point it was like gamma string or something. Like some horrendous level strings we had sometimes, bro. Like dangerously low level strings, but. Like you know, the cheapest string on any like company's website. That's what we're rocking with. We're just rocking with like straight like weed whacker, like
Walmart brand, like
yeah,
crazy. That sucks, bro. But
you're giving your rackets in Krishumlia? I don't know how you said, but you're giving your rackets or you're stringing them?
Buy a pro stringer, code changeover, $100 off. Use the code changeover. So the I don't have it with me.
Do you have the machine? You didn't bring it?
I don't have it.
Okay.
I don't have it. But there's a guy here who strings for cheaper than the tournament, so I give him to him. I saw a flyer when I was here last year on some window randomly.
He put up a flyer?
Yeah,
what a legend.
I text the guy randomly and he does it for €10 instead of 15. So I take that hedge all day, every day. And he trains the rackets good, so that's my setup right now. But do buy a pro stringer.
I'm stringing up my racket using my Pro Stringer. I've had this machine for 4 or 5 years now. The Pro Stringer is a portable stringing machine. It's very durable. It's accurate. I never have any issues with the tension being incorrect and stuff. It's easy for me to know what to expect from the racket. And we at the Changeover actually have a partnership with Pro Stringer. So if you'd like to go and purchase one, you can go to the website and you get to save $100 off a brand new Pro Stringer when you use our discount code Changeover in the checkout. So if you're interested in a portable stringing device, I highly recommend this machine. Saves a lot of money in stringing fees. And like I said, I take it everywhere I go and string all of my rackets on this machine.
Located in South Florida, Access Tennis is in the ideal location for training and competition. There are groups available for all levels of players, from young juniors to top ITF, D1, and pro players like Jody and myself. Access had a big part in the development of players like Cooper Williams, Ben Wilworth, Liam Draxler, and more. Access also has UTR match play certification. Visit accesstennis.com/contact for more information. The US Open is about to be over. We got the women's final tonight, and then Alcaraz and Sinner part 14 or whatever it is now. But it hurt me a little bit to hear Djokovic talk about Sinner and Alcaraz just being too good now. And maybe he just kind of I guess the fitness for him is the issue. He feels like he can't keep up anymore with the young bucks. But some of the points I'm seeing those two guys play doesn't make any sense to me, brother. Like
joke. Sinner plays the greatest point in history and then just looks at his coach. That's it.
Like it's normal. Bro. It doesn't make any sense.
How does he look?
Just like a quick one.
Bro, he wins the slam, barely a smile, bro. Just 2 hands in the air, like whatever. Back to practice tomorrow, that one hurt a little bit, but positive. Go.
Who do you prefer watching, like Alcaraz or Sinner?
Alcaraz all day.
Roy?
Yeah.
Like I think that for what you just explained, Roy, is why I don't like watching. Well, I do like watching Sinner, but like I enjoy it less because like he makes it look so easy, right? Which is what a lot of the top pros do already. Like this shit is so hard to do, but he's making it look so easy. But then he takes that to like another level, to where like he does the sickest shit and it's just so calm. And it's like, bro, like when Djokovic used to do the sick shit, he used to like make faces and like slide and like breathe heavy and shit, you know, like make it look difficult, like, you know.
I don't know if he makes it look easy to me. He just looks like a robot. He looks like Bublik said it best, I think. He's like an AI generated player. So like for me, I just think he's like emotionless, and even though he plays unreal, there's very little flair involved
just
in the game.
my way in the worst hotel room in the history of the sport. This is horrendous rooming.
Hold on. Justin has to talk to you. Justin,
Yo,
to ask him the question about the Wi-Fi.
bro, what's up with you and this Wi-Fi in your apartment, bro? Yesterday we tried to record a podcast and it was impossible, dog.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist. Like no Wi-Fi there. We just
Why, bro?
Cause
cheap or what?
I think data in France is cheap.
Bro,
so
you just played the US Open, bro. Don't tell me you can't afford Wi-Fi, bro.
yeah, it's more the paperwork that I still can do.
The
The
paperwork.
paperwork is tough.
What is that, bureaucracy to get Wi-Fi in France?
Yeah, because we don't have the. So first of all, people like everything is difficult over here, and then not every place has the thing to put the Wi-Fi through. Like there is like a
The fiber optics or whatever.
the fiber optics. Yeah. So you need to do paperwork to have someone that go through your wall like this. They go like this through your wall,
How?
and,
Like so.
like right this through the wall, and then they put a fiber in there, and it's just horrendous. But no, this guy is the cheapest guy. Can even like buy some data.
No.
Pay for some
Don't do
data,
that.
bro.
I didn't know that until we ended. We battled for hours and like hour and a half, and then Roy was like, "You can buy data." At that point, I was already packing down everything, bro. Come on.
Bro, Chidekh.
Coffee all around. We're in the city with the most coffee, and this guy's just sitting around waiting for me to go to coffee so he can go to coffee.
Bro, give me this back. Give me this.
No, wait, Chidekh, one question. Chidekh, one question. One more. Put him back. One more. For Chidekh, one more question. Is he there? Bro,
Yeah.
I would say European lifestyle in terms of like being social and let's say even like the history and the architecture and stuff is more beautiful, and lifestyle might be a little bit more community oriented, right?
Well,
But would you-
not in tennis?
Fuck tennis. I just mean like
Yeah,
Europe,
yeah,
like
yeah.
especially like the major cities or like the whatever, or the villages even also. I would say
Yeah.
it's more community oriented.
Yes.
But how would you compare that to the quality of life, let's say being in the US? Is the US life more convenient, or you prefer like where would you prefer to live? You prefer France way over the US?
100% Europe. Yeah, as you said, like you just like people are always out, like just drinking. You can do a lot of things like walking around, and you can use your foot like.
why is
you
it-
don't have to sit in the car to do something.
That's
true.
the reason.
It's true.
That's the
And
reason.
people like just staying out. I think we are more. We're taking time to do things. Like we are allowing ourselves to do things that don't really have a point. Like we are less productivity oriented than.
Bro, the man is
That-
never in his room chilling. He's never just like in the hotel room, like taking a nap, or in his apartment.
Yeah.
It's like he's going from the cafe to like just doing activities, like going
Yeah, going on
hiking,
a hiking,
beach.
yeah.
Like, bro, it's okay to rest, you know.
Yeah,
Netflix
he would piss me off. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Bro. I'm not
A
doing all this shit.
A lot of white people activities have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Yeah.
Painting on maps.
Yesterday-
Go hiking for 3
Painting.
hours.
Yesterday he was painting coffee cups, bro. Not even kidding.
Coffee cups.
Yeah.
Chidekh, go to bed, bro, and good luck this week. But that's enough for me. I've had enough already.
Yeah.
Nah. And bro, throw this shirt away, bro. What is this shirt
Yeah, the
about,
shirt,
dog?
Yeah. T-shirt is a disgrace to the person I am. It doesn't represent
agree.
me well.
No? Okay.
Yeah. But talking about community, Jody is still waiting for the first hello from a French tennis player.
None.
He's still waiting for the first one.
Really?
No one say hello to
You
him
know what
yet.
I think about like all the time? Like, let's say we're in the US, we all speak English, right? And when a foreigner comes to the US, a lot of the time I think like, wow, that person is like, not that I put too much thought into it, but I think that person's shy or that person doesn't really talk. But I come to realize that they probably talk a lot and they're not shy at all. They just don't speak the language. Because like when I'm here, I'm just sitting there, bro. Like I'm not talking to anybody and nobody's really talking to me. So people probably think I'm shy and I talk a lot, you know? I'm just sitting here and the French people don't say fucking nothing, bro. They don't say.
But all those guys speak
like,
English.
Yeah, most of them, except Luca.
Yeah, but Luca's nice. He'll say hi.
Does
Yeah,
anybody
except-
give you a head nod even?
Sometimes, if you're
Almost.
lucky.
It's like it's hesitating. You don't know if it's a head nod or if they're just looking if
Put
the
their head
legs
down.
are correctly tied. You
But I
don't-
think it's
you don't
worse.
exactly know.
It's worse because I'm also a doubles player, which they also don't respect, you know? It's like I'm a doubles player,
Yeah.
so I'm just like scum, you know?
Yeah.
You don't
probably
deserve a
think, like-
hello, no?
Who is this shy guy from Caribbean? It's so easy to have a podcast. Like you can barely say a word in real life and just
Yeah.
talk in front of a camera for hours. I can do it as well.
Good luck this week, bro.
See you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Peace.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you, big guy.
All right, peace.
Uh,
Thanks.
Clement Chidekh, everybody, a real life legend. So he played the U.S. Open, and we also had some other guests on this podcast who played. Taylor Townsend lost in the final of doubles. I think that was yesterday, but she had a great run in singles as well. A little bit of drama on that side too, but congrats to her. Renata did very well. Diallo, Spitzeri got his first round win in a slam. Evan and Christian Harrison, I think they did a decent run. Galloway beat the number one team. Rajiv Ram, I think, passed like 500 career wins and 1,000 career matches, something crazy like that. Who else do we have on this podcast that was playing the French Open, bro? The U.S. Open. Ethan Quinn played.
Yeah, I can't think of off the top. Tomic?
Tomic back killing it, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah. So shout out to all the changeover guests we've had. Someone that we want to get on the podcast, who maybe one day it will have, maybe one day it won't. Alexander Bublik was talking some strong words to the doubles community. I have a piece of the quote here. He said, "Doubles is for those who can't play singles. They play doubles, then move to paddle, then pickleball. I like to play doubles to work on returns or just to share the court with someone that I like. But take it seriously, unless it's for money and someone needs additional income, I don't see a reason." Sasha Bublik's words. To my doubles brethren here, how do you feel about his view on you and your existence on the tennis tour?
Well, this conversation is when the my internet last night started to like go out, you know, and apparently
out,
you guys
yeah.
talked for like 10 minutes about this when I was gone. So what did you guys talk about?
Roy,
bro,
what did you say?
I was saying, first of all, what was the question? Like, did someone ask him something, or he just like someone asked him like, "How was your match?" and he just goes, "You know what? Fuck doubles." Honestly, out of nowhere. Like, what is there like some context to it, or is just like?
I
fucking-
feel like every month there's a random like shitting on doubles
who is this,
from
who
somebody
is this beef
from
with? Like, does he
Yeah.
does he have like beef on tour with the doubles guys? Like, is something going on, or I don't know, bro.
But
I
the thing
feel
is,
like- I mean, he's
go on.
I mean, he's obviously not wrong, you know? I don't think almost no doubles guy will say he's wrong. Like, obviously, a doubles player would prefer to make it in singles if they thought they could. But it's just, to me,
Most
it's
of them
kind of
at
like,
least, yeah.
kind of random that, I don't know, just to hate on someone for no reason. Or, like, if it doesn't affect you. I don't know, like, what, that's why I'm asking, what's the context, you know? Like,
I just
Just
think
out
it's
of
kind
nowhere.
of stupid. Like I agree with you. I think the most doubles players would love to be 6 singles players. Like I'm watching these matches at US Open and at these challenges and stuff. Like, bro, it'd be so sick to be a good singles player, like running, sliding, like playing singles, like obviously it's fun in front of huge crowds and stuff. But then the point that he makes about the money thing is like, what I don't get is he says this like he plays doubles just to make some money and stuff. So that's why you play singles. Like you're, especially him, someone who claims that he doesn't enjoy the game that much, he doesn't love tennis or whatever it is,
Yeah.
which I don't know if it's true or not, but he says it. It's like, tell me which of the top singles players are playing singles and not accepting the prize money. None of them. They're all taking the money. They're playing like, yeah, we love tennis, we enjoy tennis, but we're playing for money as well. It's a career. It's like if singles players can do it, why can't doubles players do it too?
Yeah,
And
I
if
think
doubles is so easy that everyone claims to play, you have the opportunity to just go and play. Like just go and play doubles then. If you're high enough you can get into the tournament, just go and just play doubles. Like
I
I don't
think
get it.
I think you made a really good point the last week when you texted in the group chat. You were saying only 100 people can be top 100. So those spots are there for the taking. Like you can't, just because the guys were outside of 400 in singles doesn't mean that they aren't actually the best 100 doubles players on planet Earth. Maybe some singles players will come in and take those spots. I'm sure that the level is very high, but they've also left room for those spots to be taken up. I think way back in the day, like we're talking like shout out to Phil Dent. Back in those days when they were playing the slams, they were playing singles and doubles, and I think winning doubles was, I think, a little bit more respected because I think the best players on the singles court also played the doubles. But that's not today's doubles players' fault by any means, in my opinion. So if it's there to be taken and they're taking it, then yeah, if you don't like it, then you play doubles. Like simple.
Yeah.
It makes sense why I guess singles would have been the discipline that takes off the most and easiest to promote, because it's like that gladiator mentality, the one winner takes all, and the to the victor goes all the spoils, and it's just easier to play up the matchups that way. But yeah, bro, it's fair game. The guys are gonna play doubles, and if you don't want to, if the thing that I found very funny about this, even though maybe he tanks, maybe he doesn't, in the same like post that I'm scrolling through, is like all of his matches against the top doubles guys, he's getting chopped every match, and only matches that I see him winning doubles in that post, maybe I'm uninformed, are the matches against other singles players. So it's like, maybe prove to us that you're so much better at doubles than everybody else then, if this is your
But bro,
stance.
he probably is. Like he probably could be, but like the thing is like, if Bublik, he's one person, and like there's a lot of people who probably agree with him that say doubles is easy, you know? But the argument is not, it's not like that comparable, because he's acting like he won Bublik. If he really takes the time to pay attention to doubles and train doubles and stuff, then he'd be better than most of the doubles guys or all the double guys. But that's not what's gonna happen. Like you have to say all of the guys who think doubles is so easy commit, you know? Like if all of the 300, 400, 500, how many other guys say that doubles is so easy? If all of them commit, that's my argument. Like only 100 people can be top 100. So like you say it's so easy because you're one of the people who don't try, that's acting like you can commit, and if you were to commit you would be better than everyone else. But if everyone committed, you wouldn't be. Like I mean, maybe you would be, but it would be so much, like it would be hard to do. Like doubles is not easy. Like, and I
think
it's like what you said. It's like it's not the doubles players of today's fault that the singles players, or like majority of the singles players, prefer not to play doubles. Like it leaves an opportunity for specialists to come in and they enjoy playing doubles and they enjoy making a living. And I think that the issue comes about like with the argument with prize money and stuff. And I've always stood by, it's a marketing issue, and the ATP and WTA and ITF don't market doubles nearly as much as they market singles. Like I could even make the argument that the singles marketing is garbage a lot of the time too. So I think that's where the issue is. It's not about like the product of doubles necessarily. It's about like the marketing of the product of doubles, because you can go to these college tennis matches, or there's so many people, like all of the club members and stuff at like clubs in the US and clubs around the world, they're playing doubles. Like they enjoy doubles. Like I'm sure they go to some of the matches to watch some doubles. They just don't know who the fuck they're watching, you know?
But I'm confused. Like, what's the argument? What's he arguing against? Like, what's the, just out of nowhere, he's just spewing it, or like, I don't know. You know, that's what I'm confused. Like he's like arguing, but like I don't know against what. I just don't know. I'm honestly asking.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Bro, I couldn't tell you. I just think it's so funny when he said from doubles to paddle, then pickleball. I think it's such a
I
funny
mean,
thing.
it is funny, and it is like he is okay. Maybe he's not right that like you're gonna go from singles to doubles to paddle to pickleball necessarily, but he's implying that a player will try to play singles, they don't make it in singles, so they're gonna go to doubles and play. But why not?
Yeah, but obviously,
not?
what's I don't even get the argument. Like who is saying no? Who is the argument against? I don't get it. Is someone like talking shit to him about it, saying, "Bro, like fucking the Dubs guy's way better than Felix." Like you see, what? I just don't like. Who is he arguing against?
I don't get it either. I don't get it either.
Where the talk went last night after your Wi-Fi was freaking out was basically, I think that as human beings we love hierarchies. So as you are in any world, as you're in any world, we're gonna find a way to let's say segment it off. So the best singles guys are the most important. They feel the most important. You feel at the tournament, you go there now. The highest season singles, they get the most respect. They just get to move a little bit more how they want, right?
Bro, to make your point, here in Rennes, the main draw players are in one hotel and qualies and doubles are in another hotel.
Exactly. Boom. So
I'm not necessarily complaining though. I have a place to sleep and I don't have to pay for the room. Like provided I get there, I'm not complaining.
But you feel it. It's a thing. It exists. And what we spoke about last night was, and so what? Like hitting a tennis ball better than other people doesn't make you a better person. And the people that I've always enjoyed being around are the people who, no matter how highly they're ranked, they give everybody the same respect. Like, they talk to the guy who's 18th in quality the same as talk to the guy who's 2 in the main draw. You know, like those people who are sort of genuine and they give respect. That's why they get respect. Are the people that you get along with. Because after this short blip of, let's say you're the best tennis player of all time, the greatest of all time, Roger Federer.
Oh, you mean Djokovic?
Right? Or Djokovic. But I'm going to use Roger Federer for this example, right? 6 months ago at Access, at the academy, shout out to Chris Berg, there was a little boy who came up to Chris Berg and said, yo, that Federer guy was pretty good, huh? I was watching YouTube yesterday, I saw his highlights. Bro, Roger Federer is an unknown to an 8-year-old today. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. So he spent his whole life being the sickest person we've ever seen on a tennis court. And now people don't even know who he is, really. Like young kids. They know about Sinner and Alcaraz. So if your little 5 to 10, 15 years of fame as a great tennis player isn't also coupled with being a good person that people respect and love, then your next, hopefully 50, 60 years of life is going to be a little bit more difficult because you don't get along with people because you're, you know? So I just think if he's just saying this stuff for no reason, just to shit on people for the fuck of it, then I don't really, it's funny, yes, but what's the point?
Doesn't he seem like a likable guy though? I think maybe it's just his stance on this one specific thing is just, I don't know, because he seems likable. I mean, I've never had an interaction with him. Obviously, I never met him or seen him, but like he seems, interviews and stuff, like, I don't know.
But he's one of those guys who can rub you the wrong way. It's kind of like how Riley is, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how you are. That's how you are. But I don't think that's like.
But it better not be because you're good at hitting a tennis ball with a tennis racket. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that's just how you are. That's how you are. But like, if you think
like, I think
that you're better because you hit tennis balls better, yeah.
Yeah, like if you place like your value above others because your forehand's better, or you know, then it's like kind of I don't know. I feel like a weird because like tennis like really is like fucking pretty meaningless. Like if you think about it,
bro. Cool part about this podcast is that we get to talk to people who are doing at the highest level that we want to get to eventually. And a great listener of ours, Mr. Jordan Adams, had a great question, which is going to make Jody's night, I think. He basically asked if there's anything that you've learned from previous episodes that you've applied to your matches, and specifically RAM episode for Jody.
Well, specifically the Ram episode is the one of recent that I feel like I learned the most from, and it was combined with, I guess, the argument or discussion that I had with Clem, and it was through that discussion that I knew this before, but it wasn't something I was paying attention to. So basically, for the listeners who don't really follow my results, earlier this year I won a challenger in Morelos, and then
you did.
2 weeks later, respect, and 2 weeks later I finaled another one, a 50 in the Ivory Coast, and I just felt like that. And a few months, maybe like a month before that, I semi'd one in San Diego. So I felt like that little stretch of form was really good and probably the best form of my life, and I was really taking care of my serve. And then that's the biggest thing that I noticed, is like I felt like I was really taking care of my serve. But then since then, as time went on, I also sometimes I struggle with my elbow, especially last year. So as time went on, maybe I realized that I fell into a habit of not bombing my serve as much. And then also maybe I was going for percentages, going for certain spots. So when I had the talk with Rajiv and through the discussion with Clem, I realized I was getting in some bad habits with maybe some of my serving spots, the targets that I was hitting on the serve, and then also the speed at which I'm able to hit the serve at. So then I feel like I adjusted that the last few weeks since that podcast, and it's not a smooth transition necessarily, but it's I'm seeing a lot more of the games that I used to have where I would just roll through service games. I'm 6'4", 6'5", I serve aggressive, and I haven't been rolling through service games in the past. So basically what I say all this to say is I learned a little bit. I was reminded, I guess, a little bit of the angles. So when I'm going for a wide serve, I know that it opens up the cross-court angle. So if I go for a wide serve, it better be a really good wide serve if my partner's going to move. Otherwise, they have the angle of the court. Otherwise, I would go a little bit closer to the body when my partner's going to move, and I really hit it. And then, so that's basically one of the things that I learned that I can think of recent. It's just basically reminding myself of using my body and the strengths that I have to my advantage. So that's pretty much it for me. That's my answer.
Me, from
Shout
the
out to
talent from the Greek sport episode, I was the tournament in Alabama. I did a little bit more of looking to the other side of the net and trying to make the other guy uncomfortable versus thinking about myself too much. And then speaking to Sumit last week, just about ways to get present in the moment. So I would get a towel and kind of feel towel on my face a little more often than I was before, or really bounce the ball and feel that, especially if my mind started to race, I'll try to get myself back to the present a bit more. Roy, anything you learned from us? Or, not us, but the podcast?
Actually, yeah. The Roundish episode where he was talking about the mental games that are going on and stuff, and making making people wait. After I listened to that episode, I realized that I feel like it's happened to me a bunch where you're playing follow by, whatever, and then you're just ready. But the guy comes late and it kind of ruins the rhythm. So now I'm coming late. So if you play me at 2, if it's a follow by, come later.
You go to the court when you're ready.
Little things you don't think about. So it's useful.
You know what I find sick is what you're saying, Roy. You're obviously you listen to the podcast and you learn, but more and more it's starting to happen where guys are saying that they watch an episode and they learn something from this episode and that episode, pro players. So I think that's really cool. That I don't know, maybe our target audience isn't necessarily pro players, but also because of the conversations that we have with so many good players, there's little pieces of information that you can pick out from every conversation that we have with a guest, from a conversation every week with a guest, and use it. It's Cannon was saying that he listened to maybe one of the episodes, I don't know if it was Tom Mitch, or I don't know which episode it was, but about giving the opponent something different late in the match that they didn't get. So he threw up a high slow ball in the middle of the rally deep, just things like that's happening more often, and guys are coming to me and saying yo, your podcast. Nick Kotson said it to me one day. He said he thought of one of the episodes, like in a match or something. Like it's happening quite often. So like I kind of rate that like we're also helping other pro players to learn and share information. This is pretty cool.
All right. So now impart some wisdom on tennis and UFC. He or she is asking, why do any ATP/WTA level players still play with a ball in their pocket for second serves? It would seem to me that there's literally no reason to do that and play points with the ball in your pocket. Sometimes I see players doing crazy athletic shit, like the splits during points. I realize they have a ball in their pocket, and I'm shook that anyone would choose to do so in big 2025 with ball boys and girls at every tour level tournament.
That is because people like to select what ball they're going to serve with. So that's why you see when players walk to the back of the court and they're asking for all the balls, they're like looking for like how worn down the ball is. It's like some people like to serve with like a newer ball for a first serve maybe. Or I think, was it Murray saying that he likes a really quick ball for like the second serve as well? Which I thought it was the opposite. I thought you would want.
I think he said the opposite. He likes the slow ball. Is that true?
I think he said, I was surprised. I think if I remember correctly, I was surprised by his answer because I thought, what I used to do was I would use like the quicker ball, like a newer ball for a first serve, and like an older, fluffier ball that would like kick and jump more. Well. I think it was the opposite. Yeah. You can comment down below if you remember what he said. I'm pretty sure that Murray said that he preferred a fast ball for a second serve, like a fresher ball, like a newer ball.
I'm going fresher for both. You're going for a second. You're going with a worse ball. That's worse.
Yeah, I thought that's what you're supposed to do because you want to hit a kick that jumps, you know. But I guess it depends on the condition. This is exactly the point. UFC, tennis, and this is the point. Tennis and UFC is that like everyone, I guess, likes it a little bit different for whatever reason, and they have their own system. So.
I actually disagree with what you're saying. I think the
with
reason.
What I'm saying.
Yeah,
that is the reason.
The reason is rhythm. The reason is rhythm.
Justin, the second ball in your pocket, you pick it. You pick it.
But
you don't just put any.
You could still pick it if you're ball boys. They can pass you a ball.
You pick it and you tell them.
You can. They can pass you two balls. You can go and pass one back.
Yeah,
not a problem.
It's both.
That's possible.
It's both.
The reason is rhythm. The reason is rhythm because we're used to having the ball in our pocket all day, every day. So when we miss a serve, we go straight to the ball and we start bouncing again. If you have to all of a sudden get to a match and now you're turning around in between serves every time, it changes the rhythm of the action. It makes everything a little bit different. So I think that's the real reason. It's rhythm. Tennis and UFC. Thank you. That's my TED talk for the day.
So I'm wrong and Justin's right.
Yes. 100%. Moriani Buzij said to talk about how they can make guys pay for accommodation if they miss the deadline to request the room by even 1 day. Anybody had this experience before?
I don't know the exact deadlines, but like once you know that you are in qualies or in main or whatever, whenever the list comes out, for example, for doubles, it comes out on Monday. So by Wednesday, you have to make your hotel reservation for the following week, like for that tournament. But I feel like last year, they never enforced it. Like you can make it like it's Wednesday 3 p.m. is the deadline. You can make it Wednesday 7 p.m. or Thursday morning or whatever. Like once you know when you're arriving, etc. But it was never enforced that like by the deadline. If you don't do it by the deadline, you have to pay. Like you don't get free hotel anymore. Last year at least that was the way. And then in November I played in Charlottesville, and there was like 10, 15 guys that all missed the deadline by like a little bit, and they didn't give hotel at all. So yeah, I don't think actually it's like ridiculous that they do that, but I think it has to be like consistently enforced, like either enforced or not enforced, because like yeah, you know you have like this like written rule that no one cares about, and all of a sudden you get to like the most expensive place and like 15 guys are fucked, you know.
I was lucky that week because I was like an on-site alternate. Like I didn't get in to the first 10. So I signed on-site and I got in, and that means my deadline was later than everyone else's deadline. So I got in I booked my thing just probably the same time as you booked yours, but because I didn't get in until later, my deadline was different and I didn't have to pay. But like, yeah.
Is there more than enough time with the deadline and I guess the start of the tournament? Like, is it not like crazy far in advance where it's like a little bit inconvenient, or
What? No,
think the
what I
singles
think part
is-
of the issue is. Oh,
it's
really?
too far? The singles
I
one?
don't know. I honestly don't know, but it's definitely way before the doubles deadline.
That's Bublik's
Yeah.
point. You wouldn't
Yeah.
know.
Wait, no.
But
I just
what I
want to
think is,
also,
I
I
think
just want to add to that fuck doubles. Like, just want to add fuck doubles. Pickleball.
And everybody who plays it.
No.
no, but I think with this hotel thing, I think they should start it from Saturday. I think they should start it from from Friday. Like, start it a day before, like, because people want to come and prepare and they can't. And if you come too early, then you have to pay. And then that's when the confusion happens, is because guys who want to come early and prepare, they can't because they have to like book a different hotel for the night or a cheaper hotel for the night before they go into the tournament hotel and stuff. It's like, just start it one day earlier. Like, just allow the players to come in and prepare one day earlier, if possible. Like, would that be so hard to do?
And you're proposing to move the day you have the tournament until shorter as well? Like, shift it a day earlier?
No, just like just allow one more night of hotel of accommodation.
That probably costs money, no?
Yeah.
I get maybe they can afford it. I don't know. I don't know how the breakdowns of the ATP account book looks, but
But I don't know who pays for the hotel. Is it the individual tournament? I guess it is, right?
Yeah.
But I guess that would be mandated by the ATP, right? The Challenger Tour. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, more Challenger confusion. Svat, shout out to Svat, one of our first listeners actually. I remember seeing this name like all the time, especially the first few months of the podcast when we had no one listening to this. He said he saw this again last week at the China Challenger, where the last round of qualies they played on an indoor hard court that was really fast, as opposed to playing on the outside hard court that was kind of slow because of rain. He's saying, is this fair? What is your view? And how tough is it to adapt to different services in the same tournament? It has happened to you before.
I think it is tough, but I think it's better than being delayed the next day. Like, it's better than waiting around all day, and it's better than having to double up matches, and like the days suddenly become really long and a lot. So I think I would prefer staying on the schedule than like pushing back the tournament. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Like, it depends how drastic. Because, like, in juniors one time I was playing in Europe, and it was red clay to carpet indoors, which is a ridiculous change.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough, yeah.
Ridiculous change. I remember I was in the middle of a match, and I had to go indoors on carpet, and I got chopped. Because I couldn't move on the shit. And hitting topspin forehands doesn't do anything on a carpet court. The ball just sits there. So, a little bit, but it's just kind of the game, bro. It's just kind of tennis. Because then, on the other hand, you have weeks that get burned because, especially like in the futures, it would be a little worse because you're paying for your own hotel, where people are there all week waiting to play one match for many people because they lose first round, you know? So it's kind of the lesser of two evils a lot of the time. If they have functional courses they can use that isn't too different from the service of the tournament, then I think, yes, it's fair game. Jan Newberger, I think he had some banter with somebody in the comments the other week.
Yeah,
He's asking, why did Roger Federer tend to choke more in comparison to Rafa and Novak? Interested to hear your thoughts on that.
Choke. Fed choked?
I mean, he would spray forehands now and then in big moments, or like, I don't know if you would call it choking.
Yeah, I don't know if he choked, because like Rafa was just really tough for him to play. Like, the game style was just really tough for him to play. And then Djokovic literally stole matches from him every now and again. Like, the match points in the finals.
Slap those forehands.
Rip in return. Yeah. So.
But I would say that it comes down to game style. Like, when Rafa was like unbeatable on clay, okay, now and then in the match, he would get to the point where he was like using that forehand line and hitting like crazy winners. But for the most part, it's just like he's never gonna miss, and the ball is crazy heavy, and he can put the angle high, and you can't like the court just gets so big. But he's not taking any risk really. And then Novak plays like a lot straighter, like through the middle, and never like doesn't miss. So like, I think that those two guys, their way of playing like took all the risk out of the game, whereas Roger is a little bit more like Alcaraz versus Sinner, where Alcaraz puts the risk up a bit, but his skill is so high he can pull these shots off, where Sinner is more like meat and potatoes over and over and over again, and it's just more steady. So I think Federer's game naturally has more of these, and in big moments when he has to play those guys who he knows are able to take his best shot over and over, he has to press a little bit more than he's probably wanting to sometimes, and it can either go really good and it looks unreal, or in a big moment he might come up a little short with an error. But I just think it has to do kind of with game style, in my opinion. Last question for the night is Ethan Quinn again. He says, this is a banger of a topic. Does dessert count if it's something that you would eat in the morning? For example, a crepe with Nutella or a croissant with Nutella. Does it count as dessert?
Yeah, for sure, no?
But the thing is, I would eat some things in the morning that I would like I used to on the weekend. Like if I went to IHOP and got pancakes, they used to have vanilla milkshake. I would eat it. I would have a milkshake with breakfast, and that's definitely dessert. So maybe that's crazy to say out loud, but I would do that.
Yeah, I mean, a Nutella croissant,
I think
that's
it is
dessert.
But like,
But he wanted a different answer for sure, no?
Why Ethan always finding some ways? Yeah, Ethan just trying to find some ways to feel good about himself. Just eat it, bro. It's okay. Like just eat what you want. It's all right. You know.
the crepe with Nutella is elite, bro. That's elite. With some banana in there, or strawberries, or both. Elite. There's a lady actually right downstairs at this apartment where for like less than $3 US, you get a crepe with Nutella. And you know how they normally chop the banana up? She just takes the banana out of the peel, puts it in there, and just rolls it like a burrito.
Bang. Bang.
It's just a burrito. Like, there's no wasted effort there. Bro, take the banana.
That's why it's cheap. No
Baby.
labor.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's unreal. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an episode of the Changeover podcast. I apologize for the temperament that I displayed this evening. It's been a long day for me. Boys, what you got coming up now? You got Ren, and then what for you, Jody?
I got no weeks off, bro. I got Rennes, Columbus, Vegas, Tiburon, Fairfield.
What?
And then, you don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it.
What?
And then I believe I go straight into the indoors. I believe. You don't get it.
Wow.
So I'll be there. I know we had some people messaging about the California ones to come out, if we're going to come out, and I am officially going to come out. So if you're around, just DM us on Instagram and come say what's up. Maybe we can talk and get the coffee or whatever. I don't know. Like catch up, play some tennis, something.
Jody told me
That's
that
it.
at the US Open, he felt famous because there were people across the room taking photos of him sometimes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's right.
Like, and I didn't want to be like, I can see you using your phone to take pictures of me.
Say something to me.
I've done this many times in the past, take pictures of other people. So now it's like weird that it's happening to me. But it was cool to meet everybody at US Open. It was sick. Like, and everyone was so nice. Nothing like the YouTube comments and Instagram comments when they hating. No one was mean to me in person. So
That's
it
the
was
internet,
nice.
bro. Don't worry about that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I gotta
and
applaud
then
you guys
I'm here,
for continuing. Like, how many years are you guys into it already?
2 years and a little bit now. Maybe 2 years, and we started first episode in April. I think so. Yeah, so 2 years and a quarter, maybe 2 years and a third.
Yeah, that's a long time to stay consistent. I feel like just now you're feeling like a bit of validation, no? So that's big time. Shout out to you guys. That's not easy.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, It's
Thanks, bro.
yeah, it's definitely challenging sometimes because I feel like we don't have. We've said it before. Like I've said it before. We don't have like an even like starting line, you know, because what Justin and I didn't and don't really have is like a big name in tennis. You know, like no one knows who Jody and Justin is really in the past. Whereas like Erotic or Nothing Major or like the Players Box with the girls recently, Bublik, Kyrgios, Osaka, all these people can, whenever they start podcasts, they have the name so that they right away they have the views, and we don't have that. So sometimes it's a little bit challenging for me, like to feel like we've been putting in a lot of work and not necessarily getting the reward at the speed that we would have hoped to. But yeah, it's kind of cool that we can say that we are generating an authentic audience, like one that know us really well for years now. Like it might be smaller than the other big podcasts, but I believe that we've spent a lot of time talking on on the internet now, and people really, they know us and they know our personalities and they actually care. So that's pretty sick. So yeah, thanks to everybody that's been watching, especially in an episode like this where it's an hour and a half of us just bullshitting around. So yeah, thanks.
Bro, we've 3x'd our audience since January, which is crazy. We had 2.7 thousand subscribers at the start of this year, and now we're at, I think, almost 11,000, which is, for me, that's crazy. And yeah, man, I don't struggle with that as much as Jody does. I think I see this becoming a very big show. I think our growth rate shows that. Our growth rate without having the, let's say, the big names and the big companies behind us and whatever, I think shows that it's a good product. People like our perspective and the way we ask questions and have conversations. So, yeah, man, I appreciate those words. And I think it's just a matter of continuing to do the work and, like you said, being consistent. And, yeah, bro, a very low-ranked singles player and a doubles guy with a podcast, man. Bublik must not fuck with this.
Especially an episode like this where we have another doubles guy on. Bublik's not watching 1 second of this podcast.
But it's all love, man.
I just want to say that I hope that the players that, like, when it comes up in conversation, and the reputation that we have is that we just enjoy having a good time and talking for an hour and a half, like, about some tennis. You know, it's not that heavy to us. You know, I know sometimes maybe an important conversation may come up, but we just enjoy, you know, bullshitting around and talking tennis. Like, and yeah, that's partly why we keep going, because it's fun and we like to learn from other people, and we never claim to know it all, and none of our guests claim to know it all, and we just learn from each other and enjoy making like some cool content. So yeah,
we will see you guys next week at 7 a.m. on Saturday or Sunday.